All right, there's the result of our resim at the higher resolution and then the re-render at half resolution of the actual render images here. So either way, very cool, very, very cool. I like all of our improvements to there's more detail for sure in the front here, and we'll notice that even more once we go into high res, of course. It just looks super rad. I like seeing the light scattering. You know, even if your computer can't afford it, you don't want to wait the 50% longer render times, and yours just looks like this with just the direct light. I mean, this looks pretty good too. It's not that different. Just you could increase the light in the scene in general like this to make it seem like it's just brighter over. I mean, this feels nice too, honestly. But if you can't afford it, it might as well be the more accurate light scattering. We did these half reses to see, is there anything else we need to do before we send the full render out? I would say the only things that I'm noticing, nothing sim related, so don't worry about that. I would just say there's a few just rigid pieces that are weird, like this one that flies over here. It doesn't spin or anything. And then this one at the end spins way too much, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. And then there's kind of here on frame 4, in this window right here, there's a piece that shows up like that. So that's kind of strange. So what I'm going to say we can do is let's disable those pieces just by deleting them. And we can specifically say wait until frame 4 to delete them. Because on frame 4 is when stuff starts to happen. We won't notice them turning off. Some of these pieces might just be inside the building anyway, and we won't notice if they've ever been there or not. But it looks like this piece, at least, probably used to be here in the window frame, and then it flies off in that weird manner that I don't like. So let's say on frame 4, they're invisible, basically. They're deleted. And on frame 3, they're still there. So let's go find frame 4 and at least target that one real quick. I'm going to go to the rigids node, and I'm going to work on the, what's it called? The proxy one here, because it's just faster. I mean, we're just going to look for the names to delete, and then we can transfer it actually over to the high res one. So in any case, so there it is. So go into selection mode with an S, which is this. This should be set to points, which you can just press 2. So just S2 is kind of just shorthand for I'm going to select some points now. And then 9 will enable this mode up here, which is the thing that allows us to select stuff by their attributes. So I'm going to go into attribute select mode, try to select just this thing, and make sure that this is set to area select visible geometry. There we go. And now hopefully if I press delete, you never know if it's going to work or not. It did work, so that's great. So we got that guy. We got to get this one too. So I'm just going to find frame 23 and see, I guess that's him. You can see him there, not spinning. We can make a blast node for each one of these things if we want. I'm just going to be cool and click on this and then shift select this thing here and then press enter. And that allows us to basically add, we can increase all the ones that are listed in here. The last one I wanted to do was this one, 115. There it is. So again, click this. What this actually does is it turns these pieces back on in the viewport. They're not deleted anymore because we're actually viewing the node before it now, but they are selected already. So when I shift select this and press enter, I have 3 things selected right now. Pressing enter will simply update this to the new fuller list. All right, so that's with the names selected. Let's take it out of the proxy area. I'm going to move it over to this high res list. And remember, I only want to do it after frame 4, I think it was, or rather on frame 4 is when we want that to be in effect. So I'm going to make a switch and say, normally this is the path we want where they're not deleted, which really is only going to be the first 3 frames, because on frame 4 we'll switch to this other one forever. So frame 3, again, we want them to still be visible. In particular, because it's part of this window frame. And then on frame 4, I'll say switch to the other one where they are deleted. And I alt left clicked on that to set that keyframe. You can always set keyframes here under keyframe where you say set keyframe. So that all set up, we just make this be the input to our high res. And you can be rest assured now that starting on frame 4, that piece is now missing, but again, it went missing right when all these cracks started forming. So, you know, you won't really notice it could be missing for any reason. And all the other stuff that we just pointed out is now going to be gone too, like that. We don't see it anymore. Great, so those are just some fun little tweaks. And it should be enough for a full res render. So without further ado, go out to the here. Definitely disable this. We don't want to rerun the sim. On here we can increase the render version to 1. This will be for our full res renders. And then certainly turn off override camera resolution. And this is going to take a long time. So I'll see you tomorrow. It's like the morning right now, but it's going to take forever and a day. So see you later.